Hi, my name is Linda Falcon. I fly high. So do my birds. I couldn't get them in the cage, so we're living with that today. Just like that. So today I'm going to talk about the narcissist versus the empath, which seems to be a popular media conversation that many people have. Now, I'm going to give you the Linda version and Falcon see with clarity. Yeah. What are you fucking kidding me? I don't believe my own hype, but I do keep it real and stimulate thinking, right? Because that's what we do here in Linda Land. Yeah, it's like that. Okay, so now there is the DSM-5 version of narcissism. But let's be honest here. The kind of narcissist that gets caught up in the system is not what I'm talking about, because their lives are unmanageable, right? But the kind I'm speaking of is the kind that makes everyone else's life unmanageable, right? The sociopathology, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. Now, since I was raised by vampires myself, both kinds, I have an intimate understanding in a deep way of what we're talking about over here. So there are two kinds. The one that is so blatant is so easy to see. That would be the arrogant tyrant, bully, physically abusive. Simple. I don't even know how anybody could fall for that one. But people do. And then there's that other kind. The insidious, codependent, loving, controlling, martyr victim type. That's a toughie. Because we do, for some reason that I don't understand, live in a world where being of service to others is a wonderful thing. I'm of service to others, telling them the truth, and I'm not a people pleaser. And so, sorry, yeah. If you don't like me, or if you hate me, or if you have an emotional response behind me, good. That's a good thing, okay? High flying. Yeah, like my birds. Okay, so now, here it is. The narcissist and the empath are actually two sides of the same coin. It's like the yin and yang, you know? And if an empath is not embracing or aware of their shadow self, narcissist, they can be extremely dangerous. That would be the narcissist empath do-gooder. That's really sucking your self-esteem, not just your feelings. Something to watch, because we have both in us. Well, everybody does, but some more than others, and some really, get into it. Now, recently, I found myself in a little relationship with a very intelligent, victim-like empath. I would say very much like the incarnate of Satan. Now, that may seem strong, but it was like the narcissist in you connects with the narcissist in me. And the narcissist just does a little thing together. And the empath in you connects with the empath in me. And we find ourselves biochemically so attached. And we smell wonderful together. And it goes on to another level of, I don't know what. Certainly dangerous. And it actually is more significant than the sex, or even than the sexual lust thing. That is dangerous. Unless you know what you're doing, who you're playing with. And I've been around, and I know. It takes me a second or two because, we want to believe, we want to believe. And they will take you away into their world, and the puppeteer starts being a master. And I let that happen because personally, I will give a man as much rope as he needs to hang himself. Yeah, that's called confidence. And even humility in some circles, which I will get into at another time. So now, do you know how Satan works? It's an archetype. Don't get carried away with yourself, okay? It ain't like that. Just an archetype. Just some folklore. Just a story that teaches. Now, this archetype of Satan goes back to Babylonian, really old stuff. Okay? Now, for me personally, I like to live dangerously. It's just fun. And I've always considered myself the incarnate of Lilith. Do you know who Lilith is? Well, I'm going to tell you about her. Basically, she was the first woman before Eve, but it goes back ages and ages. It's an archetype, okay? Now, it felt to me like the incarnate of Lilith connected back with her wonderful lover, the incarnate of Satan, and it was magical. And I wanted to experience it, It was like someone familiar, very familiar, That happens. And it's usually lethal. Anyway, hey, we're here to enjoy life, aren't we? So, let me tell you how Satan works. And we can use a narcissist or whatever we want to use, but it's a certain kind of personality. Satan, being also empathic, will catch you at where you live and tell you a truth that you may be denying. And that definitely is like, oh my God, can't be true. And that's, it's cool and not cool because of the intention. Because then it's malicious intent. Then he will make you doubt everything you are. Your spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs, your moral compass, your personality, who you thought you were. And at that point, he is the puppeteer. He will give it and he will take it away. And that always keeps you a little bit off guard. I'm a high flyer. I like to play. But I always thought that I could beat the devil at his own game. But no. The reason is because The devil plays by different rules. And even if I was Lilith, I am a human being and loved. Loved. And if I keep my wits about me, I see what's going on. Right? Now, I guess it's time for me to tell you my version of the Adam and Eve, God, Garden of Eden, Lilith story. Okay? Now, it is not that I'm going against some facts, but of course they're not facts, it's a story that's supposed to teach a lesson. Okay, so God decided he wanted some company. He wanted to create a human being that could eventually have the capacity to be a God. Okay? I think some guy named JC said something like that in the Bible. It's there. Don't ye know ye are gods? Okay? But don't get carried away because it ain't like that. Certainly not at this point. Like, yeah, get over yourself, okay? It's not like that. So, God created Lilith and Adam at the same time. And Adam was super intelligent, and he let Adam name all the animals. And he was a really intelligent guy. And Lilith, well, she's smart. Yeah. We kind of are more intuitive thinkers, women, generally speaking. Look, I'm talking in archetypes, okay? Don't get carried away with yourself. So, God said, well, you have to listen to what Adam says, okay? And she said, hell no! What, are you fucking kidding me? This guy, no. No. Not gonna happen. And then Adam said, well, when we have sex, I want you to be on the bottom. Fuck no, babe. Not gonna happen. So basically, God and Adam, they just couldn't handle this woman because she had a mind of her own and no fear. Yeah, no fear. Hey, Eden's a great place, but I ain't playing with you guys. So he kicks her out, and basically she falls into the arms of Satan. Yes, I was mentored by the best. It's like that. And then they decided, well, people might talk and da-da-da. So let's create some fake news about this woman and say that she kills babies. Right? Now, what was really happening was not the way it looked. Because actually, Lilith was always a spy for God, keeping an eye on Satan. Just like that. So, then, Adam's rib, Eve gets into the picture. Now, Eve heard about Lilith. Well, what she thought was Lilith. And she liked the Garden of Eden, Passive aggressive. Sound familiar, ladies? Sound familiar? But she's still smart. Very smart. So she goes along with the gang. Okay, so then Satan decides, well, I want her too. Right? But she knows what's going down. And she wants knowledge. Knowledge with intuition. What a magical thing that is. Right? She wants it. So he seduces her, right? And I know in traditional, like my dad, he'll say something like, well, you remember Eve was so weak. That's why Satan decided to tempt her. The serpent tempted her. And I always find it so amusing since I'm a woman and he talks to me like I'm not. We're equals. He couldn't break me, that man. No. I'm an equal to him in his mind, his framework. I'm not a woman. So, the truth is, even Eve knew she could take the apple. What, are you fucking kidding me? But she went along with the gang. Sound familiar? Ladies, even men, sound familiar. So anyway, Adam, he had the wrong apple. He swallowed it. You guys have Adam's apples for life. It's kind of like that. But hey, I am not a man hater. Men definitely have value and strengths that a woman does not have. And together they can make a lot of headway in this world if they both have similar intentions and spiritual beliefs. Okay? It is like that. Now, of course, with the women's movements that started in the 70s, I think they were a bit too zealous and misguided, although that's probably necessary at the time. But I see other things happening. I've been around a long time, and I've been living with myself a long time. In fact, my friends tell me that I'm really a male homosexual trapped in a woman's body. Nah. I just have some of Lilith in me. And I, go along with the gag well. Not too much. Okay? So now I've given you guys a lot to think about. So please think about it. Enjoy your life.